it was the North London derby between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal, and I am a lifelong Arsenal fan, and some friends and I decided to go and watch the game at a really well-known Arsenal pub called the Cali on the Caledonian Road. And we go there, there's about 6 of us, all Arsenal fans, all wearing Arsenal shirts. It was my friend's birthday, and it's a brilliant game. We're 2-0 up, and it gets to about 90 minutes, and suddenly, it's a really busy pub, and suddenly this group of men, there's about 5 of them, but 2 of them start chanting, "We all hate Tottenham." And we all kind of join in with that chant in the spirit of the game and in the spirit of all being together supporting one team. And then that chant ends with repeated chanting the word Yido. And that's an incredibly anti-Semitic term which has its roots with the black shirts and the far right in this country. And to my great shame, the first time I heard it, I ignored it, and I thought, I don't know, maybe I'll just pretend I didn't hear that one, and I regret that a lot. But they came back again, and within a minute they said the same chant again and ended it with Yido, and more people joined in. So at that point, I thought, something took it, like, inside me. I was like, I actually need to say something now. When I went to approach the man who started the chant of Yido, other people were joining in, but he was the one that started it. When I went up to him, and I really calmly said it, and I said it in a way that I don't think, it was almost like instinct took over me, and I walked out, I found myself walking up to him and saying, "Please don't use the word Yid." And then I turned around to walk away back to my friends, because I kind of, like I said, I was on autopilot. Something in me just said, you need to tell them not to do that. And then from there, everything changed. Everything suddenly moved very, very quickly. The man who I'd just spoken to pulled my shirt back and said, what the fuck are you doing? And I said, well, I'm Jewish, and I find the word Yid really offensive. And then his friend came up behind me and shouted in my face, "You're a dirty fucking Yid." And I pushed him away to, like, get him out of my face. And then from that moment, yeah, everything's moving so quickly. All of their friends come up and they start trying to pull my shirt off me. They start pushing me. My friends come to help me, to try and help me get away from them. They start pushing them. They just start physically attacking us. Punches being thrown. There's, like, all sorts. It's moving at 100 miles an hour. And then I'm shaking throughout. And then after about 30 seconds, I think, I take a step back and to say, and I go like this with my hands, not at them, but just to say, like, enough. This is going to get horrible. And that was the moment that the manager of the pub, who had thus far done nothing, came up to me and said that I need to get out. And at that point I said, they just called me Yid and I'm a Jew and that's really offensive. And I was shaking, adrenaline was running through me. And then he said, no, you all need to leave now. And at that point, I didn't know what else to do. So we all left. We all left, and everybody in the pub, about 50 people, started chanting, "Off you go, Yido," and doing various wanker signs and telling me to fuck off. And at that point, we walked past the windows, and I just burst into tears. The adrenaline just all overcame, and I just couldn't stop. I was shaking. And they were just still chanting it, and they were all just able to carry on with their day. Very little seems to happen to them in the moment, and they're allowed to stay. The principle is they're allowed to stay and we have to leave. A friend of mine put this whole thing on Twitter, and it had a good response on the whole. I think, Arsenal as a football club made a statement. The police got in touch with me. They've not done anything about it, to my knowledge. They've not given me any update on what's happened or what they've done to try and find the person, the people. As I said, after the initial viral tweet, they reached out, took a full statement from me, and they called and said, we will drive to a game when Arsenal are playing, maybe home or away. we will drive and sit outside this pub with you in the back of the car. We're going to look out for these people, because if you can recognise them, then we can kind of arrest them on the spot. And I said, yeah, great, I'd love to do that. And they said, okay, great, hold this Fulham date in your diary. So it was Fulham Arsenal on a Sunday about a month or so ago. And they never called me about it. They never told me it didn't happen. They said that this was going to, and it didn't. And
they ghosted you.
Yeah, exactly. When I first spoke to them, they said, oh, these people, maybe they're regulars at the pub, and they seem really enthusiastic to get it sorted. And then suddenly nothing. I can hope it started a conversation, but I go to a lot of Arsenal games and I still hear it a lot, even when Tottenham aren't playing. So, yeah, that I hope that it would start a conversation about why we need to get rid of that word, but sadly I don't think that's happened yet.